What's up, guys? I'm going to try to show you how to put a LED light bar on your bike without spending $110 like the Blitz Pro Headlight kit. You can probably put a kit on your bike for about $20, $25. I'm going to try to show you how, and I'll put the links in the description of all the parts that I used. And I'll try to walk you through step by step, or as good as I can, and simplified. So let's get started. Alright, so you want to remove all your plastics in your seat and your gas tank. So usually you'll have, you'll have a Phillips screwdriver. You need to take off the two Phillips screws right here on both sides, and you'll have one right there and one over there, and you'll have little nuts on the bottom of those, so you want to have something to hold those while you take them off. And then these are both 2016s, but they just came from two different companies. But mine, you'll have two bolts back here holding this in. Mine were 10s. I'm not sure what those are, but it just depends. And then this is free. Your plastics in your seat come off in one piece, like that. And that'll be exposed. Let me set this down over here. Then you want to take your gas tank off. You'll have two bolts. I just have one in mind to keep mine on because I started it yesterday. I was doing a test run to see if everything was working. You have a 13 millimeter right here, and then a 13 right here. Take that off. You don't have to undo the hoses. Just pick it up and set it up right here. Your wires will be exposed. Let me see if I can get this tank up with one hand. Alright. Yeah, I know the bikes are filthy and they need to wash. But anyways, here's your wires, okay? These two yellow ones. Now this is on SSR 125. It all depends. Now if you see your wires and you have either two yellow that aren't being used, or you have a yellow and a white that isn't being used, you can run a headlight with the power of your motor. Alright, so those are the two wires we're going to be using. This is a 6-inch LED. I believe it's 18 watts. Okay, and all I did, it comes with like a mounting bolt or whatever, but I just used the bolt that was actually in the bike, and I'll show you on his here in a second. But it's real simple. All front plastics have this hole already cut out, so that's where I just put the wire for the light. I just slipped it in there. And you see that right there? That's the bolt. And I'll show you on his. It's already, the bolt goes through here. It's got this like spacer right here. I didn't use the spacer. I just took that out. But anyways, I just slid the bracket. I put the bracket and the bolt through, and then I just mounted it to the clamp. And that works out pretty cool. So you don't have to drill no more holes or nothing like that. It's on tight. I can kind of adjust it down. It's a nice, clean little setup. All right, let's move on. All right, so here's a switch. It's just a basic on and off. It's just got a hot and a ground. I think the switch was like $5. So it should do the job. It looks pretty clean on there. And let's see what else we can do. All right, so the next thing you're gonna need a 4-pin voltage regulator, or they also call it a rectifier. You can either keep this in and crimp ends to plug in, or you can just cut that off and splice your wires, or whatever you gotta do, whatever you want to do. Okay, and then I'm going to man, this thing's filthy. On the frame right here, let me see if I can get past it. Okay, right here. Now, not all bikes are probably going to have this in this spot. But this is a SSR 125, so okay. There's a hole right here, and I'm just gonna use one of the mounting holes for here, and I'm gonna try that out. Now you don't have to do it like I'm doing. I'm just showing you what I'm doing and giving you ideas and things like that. But let me try to. I'll show you. I'm just using just a bolt with a washer and a nut, and I'll show you when I'm done, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so here it is mounted. It's right there. Also, there's your one of your motor mount bolts. Definitely keep those tightened on these bikes. I haven't had any problems because I always keep my bolts tightened, but I see a lot of people griping about it. But anyways, I may eventually just drill another hole inside this, inside this little frame right here, this little piece of the frame. It's not gonna weaken anything or anything like that. But for now, I mean, it's pretty sturdy. So I think I'm good to go on that. This is actually where the Blitz Pro headlight kit for the SSR 125. That's actually where they tell you to mount the rectifier. So it's got to be safe there, I guess. But you can see some wire here. To be cautious, I'm just gonna when everything's done, I'm just gonna take some black electrical tape and just wrap around all that. Pretty good. All right, on to the next step. All right, guys, so this is an update of the light. I know it looks confusing and a mess, but I haven't taped anything up or got anything out of the way. I'm just going to kind of show you real quick, and then I'm probably not going to explain it very well, so I'll kind of put a diagram. It's really easy. Okay, you have your two yellow wires, or a yellow and a white if your bike has a lighting source that's not being used. So you'll either have these two that's not being used, okay? In my case, it was two yellow. When you have a rectifier like this, I had 4 wires, it's 4 pin. You have a green, which is ground, a red for power, either a yellow and a different color. In my case, it's a yellow and a pink, okay? So the pink went to any one of these yellows you want, and then the yellow went to any one of these yellows you want, okay? The green, which is your ground, okay, goes to the negative of the light, okay? And then the red wire of the rectifier goes to the positive of the switch right here, okay? And then your negative, or your ground of the switch, goes to the positive of the light. And I know that sounds confusing, but I'll put a diagram that'll kind of help you out. So let me kind of get this kind of taped up and out of the way and put back together, and then we'll fire it up and see how it goes.